Three, two, one. Hey! Oh, it's always good to sing and dance every day. What's up? Welcome in, much love. Trav here. We're playing with the white weenie deck. I hope y'all enjoy this. Quick, to the point, competitive, and we've got some sort of a mirror match. By the way, I teched the deck up. I put some money into it. If you haven't seen the deck tech, then you'll get to see it after this game. But basically, we have the Gideons in the board, and so on. I'm still rocking 18 lands, so this is a little bit floody. And I'm trying out exemplars myself. I actually really like Expedition Envoy to trade here. Wow, we're really flooded already. This is why I like 18 lands. Because it's too many, bruh. I'm going to ship the turn and be prepared to trade. Life is an issue. And get the Thalia down, start to beat. Yes, always good to sing and dance every day. So, I also went ahead and jumped in a league, and this is the first match. It's technically the second because I literally accidentally scooped turn one, game one, because I was like, I have a technical difficulty, I need to reboot, right click, concede. Oops, I conceded. Whoops. Pretty terrible draw, honestly. And that's an issue with the deck, as we've seen. Like, the main way of losing is flooding. The deck really doesn't want more than 3 lands, although we do have some things to do with them to put them to Copter, put them to Constable, crack clues, and so on, but definitely not what we want. There's a Cruiser. That can get pumped, so it's kind of an issue because Thalia will not hold that off. So we're going to take a fucking beating here. I'm going with Declaration instead of Stasis Snare because it costs less mana. Alright, always watching is a huge deal. So we actually have a chance to win if the opponent doesn't happen to have removal. They probably have removal. But if they don't have removal, then we should be able to win. Always watching is good in these matchups. There's the removal. Not really in the best possibility of trading. We do have some good top decks. Like Any Human is a pretty decent draw. Not a terrible draw here. And I feel like we probably want a Declaration in Stone that Motorist and possibly the Inspector too. Definitely deck and stone the Motorist. Considering deck and stoning the Thraben Inspector just to reduce their chance of crewing their cruiser. If they crew their cruiser, this game is going to be very hard. If they don't crew their cruiser, we can attack for 7, for 9 next turn. I'm going to do this. It's possible it's wrong. I just feel like I see a window to win. If the opponent can't wake up their cruiser, then we can just bash through. I don't know how they could possibly, like, neither. Interesting. Well, it kind of worked. There's no crew action going on. Obviously, we're dead to a lot of scenarios here. There's a 6th land. Kind of unlikely. Yo, I'm learning Italian right now today. Italiano è facile perché è l'estresso de spagnolo. It's really similar. It's almost the same as Spanish. Spanish es bueno saber español en Estados Unidos y en las Américas, porque hablamos inglés y español y portugués y poco. So Stasis Snare would have been good. Y poco francés. Basically, it's good to speak English and it's good to speak Spanish if you live in the Americas. You could speak Portuguese and French, which are similar, but Italian's like a free roll because it's so similar to Spanish. Alright, so this is what the Gideons are for, and this is what the vents are for. So my thinking here is that when we both have stuff that costs 1, the game is likely to drag out. If the game drags out, we really want Gideon, and that's why we're playing it. How many lands do we actually want is unclear. Cards that can be cut, either Stern Constable or the Exemplar. I think I'm going to cut the Constable and keep the Exemplar because the tap ability is not quite as good. And then might go with 21 lands. 22 lands for this curve. We need to cut a few things. Stasis Snare. Maybe we can cut Deccan Stones. It's not very good. And play 2 Stasis Snares instead. I'm going to try this. Again, I'm experimenting right now. Shambling Vet. Interesting. So we are going to have turn 4 Gideon on the play, which should give us a good chance here, at the very least. How to learn languages. I previously talked about how to learn languages. You go on Upwork and you hire someone and you ask a bunch of questions, someone interesting that you're interested talking to, and you learn a bunch of questions for how to learn more language. I also want to add that it's good to start with the sounds. And again, it doesn't need to be perfect. I've talked imperfectly, but entiendes, see? Puedes entender, see? You can understand me, right? It doesn't have to be perfect, right? So this is interesting. Like, I feel that this deck. Yeah, okay. Start with the sounds. Start with the sounds, and then learn the basic words. There's like 100 words that are good to know. Exemplar. We can get G-bombed. Yep. So if the opponent's playing G-bomb, it's the player with Gideon who's gonna win, right? So this used to be Thraben's standard bearer, and it still might be better. I'm just testing that out. Once you know 100 words, the basics, time, location, directions, then from there you really just need to learn the verb forms, and then you can basically communicate. There's another land. That's how and when the deck sucks, is like just drawing too many. And unfortunately, our Vents is sleepy. Maybe it should be a Vault. Copter's annoying because it's actually quite good against us right now. I don't want to attack. Always watching is a good one. So I'm going to start off Gideon making a 2-2. And then we'll figure it out next turn. We'll figure it out next turn. We have Always Watching, which will combo with the Gossip Monger. If we have no way, yeah, this is this is a hard matchup for me to figure out. The Aggro mirror. Well, I just walked into that. Copter Motorist. I didn't understand. I guess I was supposed to make an emblem, so I'm super bad. I'm learning though. Aggro mirrors. It's been a little while. We'll get it back, baby. We'll get it back. We got more matches coming up. Although I think that Red-White probably has an advantage because they have the better removal. Maybe our draws were not the best. Definitely doesn't seem like a good matchup. And it's also good to get a fucking pounding to understand why we might not want to play a deck. Because if this deck beats Marvel, which it seems like it does, that's not enough for it to be good, necessarily, in the metagame. It should also be competitive versus um, it should also be competitive versus another copter. Another land. Well, once again, we're quite flooded, right? 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 lands and 4 non-lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 non-lands. So, yeah. It also, I guess Thraben Standard Bearer would be a little better because we'd get a 2-2 here. Also, it's good to not necessarily blame luck because there's obviously things I could have done, but to also be clear about why you lost. Like, we've gotten pretty flooded, and I could imagine if we had more gas that things would be going better. Who knows? It's something to keep in mind anecdotally as we keep going. PNLR. What would be insane is an Angel of Invention. What would be not insane is an Expedition Envoy. Hanwire Cult Leader and Thalia's Lieutenant are good cards. I fucked up again by not playing a Plains here. So we're trading our Rabble with a Copter. I guess not playing a land is not an issue. Trade. We also play our own Copters and haven't drawn them. And our Copters with Always Watching are competitive with their Copters, so. Although, yeah, it's just, I'm trying to work through this issue yo, another key useful thing to learn. Chandra. Alright, we're out. I concede. Oh, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Urgency. Why urgency is a good thing to have. Smuggler's Copter. I've seen enough to concede. Well, we've got infinite life, so give it one more turn. Maybe we want to embrace that we're small and go under, and Gideon is not the proper approach here. Shambling Vent was a 1-1. I'm thinking about conceding. I don't think we can win. We're just trading Copters while Chandra ticks up and generates card advantage. So, we'll do it. Very short thought on urgency. We only have today. Might as well fucking go for it. Recognize when opportunity windows are closing. And fucking go for it. There's times where it makes sense to wait and be patient. But there's times where the opportunity window opens and it can close at any moment. There's times when you know it will close right now. And you have to go for it right now. Motorist. Motorist is really good in these mirrors because actually Motorist is just a really good card. Obviously. Right. Motorist is just an insane magic card. Okay. It feels bad when there's no, I'm gonna concede, there's no Ishkanaz in the deck. There's 2 Motorists and we have no deck and stones to clear them. 5-5 versus 4-4. I realize we're at 18, but I'm gonna scoop out versus that Chandra over there. Lieutenants. 3 lieutenants coming in a row. I don't regret conceding because they're whatever. I mean, that's how we could have drawn differently anyways. Thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with a fresh start, a fresh look. Yeah, that's about it. Let me know what's up in the comments. Peace and love and take care. Thanks for joining in today.